This presentation is on the Central Park development, and it'll be from the perspective of the government addressing future developers. The presentation will be made up of, firstly, what happened, then we'll go on to analyse the process, and then we'll see if any improvements can be made. In 2006, the New South Wales Government created an advisory board in which a concept plan was submitted with recommendations that had been made by the board. In 2007, the concept plan was approved. The site was then purchased by Fraser Property Group and the project put up for public exhibition. On submissions made by the public, a modified concept plan was received from Fraser Group, and in the same year the Minister approved the demolition of the site after all environmental assessments and heritage assessments had been done. 2009 saw the modified concept plan approved, and from here that meant that project applications could be received. Essentially, these are development control plans. In early 2010, we saw the first stage of construction begin on the Central Park site. From here we'll move on to reflect on some of the positives that came out of the process. In the 3 years it took from concept plan to construction, it seemed to be fairly efficient. The government identified the strong concept plan and had the necessary conditions in place to make it a sustainable project. The media in general were quite supportive, with some exceptions. The New South Wales Government also continues to be involved in the development process with regards to design, as it is outlined in the 2009 concept plan. From here we'll look at some of the negatives that came out of the process. The main concern was with the community engagement. The amount of public submissions was very low for a project of this size. The former Minister Tony Kelly suggested that it could be due to the quality of the concept plan as to the lack of submissions, as there may have not been as many issues as one would think, but I have some reservations about that. Also, from the initial construction phase, a timeline of 8 years to the end of construction seems to be quite conservative. From here we'll look at some suggestions and see if we can improve the development approval process. I think, obviously, as we mentioned before, one of the main issues was community engagement, and I think that the community can be quite put off by the amount of reference material and content out there, and I think providing easy to understand and easy to read documents will help engage the public better. I think also utilising all types of media, but especially social media, will help to engage the public also. I think it might also help to form relationships with other stakeholder groups to be able to expand the scope of consultation. These groups might be community groups or industry body groups, and I think that will help in getting a wider scope of reference. The time it takes to complete the development also needs to be changed. I think construction can have a heavy impact on the local community, and I think keeping fewer stages or overlapping of stages of a project is necessary. I don't think it should take 8 years to complete this project in particular, and I think speeding up the project application phase could be something to look at. Maybe submitting them all at once and reviewed prior to construction may be a way to go. Thank you for listening.